Live from the crossroads of the world, Times Square, this is Good Morning America with Charles Gibson and Diane Sawyer.
It is called slip and fall fraud. It is going on, and it is costing people in insurance money at the supermarket or the mall. It could be happening right next to you. So, what do you do to identify it, and what do you see on the tapes when you look at them? Here's consumer correspondent Greg Hunter with some whole new perpetrators and some whole new tapes. Greg.
The fake in aisle 9, the fraud by the produce counter, and the phony in the soft drink section. Con artists with one thing in common: they all fall down.
It's roughly about $8 million a day in fraudulent slips and falls are taking place.
Bruce Tarlow slipped on a piece of lettuce in a New Jersey grocery store and sued, claiming permanent injuries. But look, here's Tarlow before the accident, kicking the lettuce into position. He strolls back, looks around, and down he goes. Free after 90 days in prison, Tarlow is now appealing his fraud and attempted theft convictions. Eduardo Palmari Leon hired a lawyer after he fell in a puddle of soda in a supermarket in Atlanta. So how did the soda get on the floor? Palmari Leon put it there. Watch before the fall. He takes a bottle off the shelf, looks around, and pours some on the floor. Minutes later, he slips and falls on the soda he spilled. He was caught, prosecuted, and served 90 days in prison. Richard Dean said he was injured in a fall in a Long Island supermarket. Oh, he slipped all right, but the video shows he never fell. What's more, take a look at what caused him to slip in the first place. There he is before the accident, spilling fabric softener from his shopping cart right where he could later slip on it. And in spite of his so-called injuries, 9 days later, he was caught on tape again, carrying a refrigerator. Instead of collecting $2 million as he'd hoped, Dean went to jail for a year and got out last spring.
No, don't put that in the paper, please.
Isabel Parker took more dives than a crooked boxer. The Philadelphia area grandmother fell here and here and here 49 times in 7 years, every fall a fake. Notice she's carrying that cane, not using it. She collected $500,000. She was prosecuted, pled guilty, and went to prison for 6 months. Isabel? We know you're in there. You're under house arrest. She didn't want to talk about her felonies. In fact, and how's this for a change? She called the police on us. And when fraud takes a vacation, it ends up here, Las Vegas. It may look like this guy has fallen on a casino escalator and can't get up. But watch again, from another angle. When the casino showed him this tape, they say he decided not to file any claims. Gamblers aren't the only ones trying to cash in on the casinos. One expert claims as many as 20% of the slip and fall accidents here are fakes.
These can be very lucrative scams, and they're very hard to disprove unless you have surveillance tape in the store to catch them in the act.
Here's Debbie Williams trying to clean up in aisle 9 of a New York City grocery store. Williams, who's also a fortune teller, knew she was going to fall before she walked into the store.
You see how her knees, she actually sits down and she pushes the cart away. That would not be a normal reaction.
To make things look more authentic, Williams smears some kind of liquid on the floor and in her hair. In a little over a year, the store's lawyer says Williams and her friend Gina Miller fell and filed injury claims 10 times.
They had a nickname. They're called the nose ring. And the nickname is because they always seem to have an injury to the nose. No matter how they fell, backwards, forwards, or sideways, it was always an injury to the nose.
Including the time Williams tugged an electrical cord into position and then tripped on it. They were busted, prosecuted, and pled guilty to an attempted scheme to defraud, a misdemeanor in 2 of those falls. Their punishment, 1 night in jail and a $1,000 fine.
They went from one location to the other in order to make money by stealing from you and me.
We're the ones paying for this by way of increased costs for our food, for our gasoline, for everything that we consume. A percentage of that is to go to pay fraudulent claims.
The one woman, 49 times she fell. Greg Hunter is with us now. How does she explain it? What does she say?
Well, she wouldn't talk to us on camera, Isabel Parker, but she did tell us the insurance companies made it too easy for her. This is a woman that used scads of fake names and social security numbers, and when it came time for the insurance companies to write a check, they didn't even ask for an ID.